Monday night, it's RaceSpotTV, and we are back again for another season here. And wow, things have definitely taken a notch for the more exciting here as well. Now we have, of course, destruction physics in Monday Night Skippys, with wheels falling off. And, well, it's going to get pretty crazy, of course, as always. But we're back yet again, and Tom Ward returns to the series. He is in pole position provisionally right now. Rachel White for Linus Brostrom bringing in the action tonight as Linus, this one's going to be different.
It really is. We're in for a pretty good race here today. It's a special racetrack. It's the new crash physics, and we have Fahim Anjanidis, Anthony Cat, Deus, and Simon Edwards, all four in the race. So I think we're in for a smashing season opener here today.
I absolutely think we are as well, as we get ourselves in position now to take things up a notch here. And, well, the weather's looking a little bit misty on this one, as we've got at the moment. It's going to be partially cloudy, 76 degrees Fahrenheit, so about 18, 19 degrees Celsius here. Track is 90, so we're looking at about 28 there. The winds northeast 7 miles an hour. Humidity is 76%, which is pretty much what we expect in West Virginia, as it's definitely going to be looking forward to this one going up the devil for us. But, Ines, we've got a lot of stuff to come with this. It's going to be unique.
Yeah, it really is. I just, I hope, I mean, you never want people to crash, but I hope that we can get at least one crash in today, just so we can see...
This one? Maybe more than
well,
one.
I mean, something so we can see the new physics in action.
Oh, for purely scientific reasons, of course.
Yeah, of course. We don't want people to crash out, but somebody is going to do it, and hopefully it'll be spectacular enough that we get to see some cool stuff.
That's the only reason we could possibly want that, of course. We certainly don't want to see people crash out of the race. At all, I promise. Not at all. Definitely not at all. But as things go, we are expecting this one to kick off in just a few moments' time now, as big names actually just, wow. SJ Dunning taking second place, and Anthony Cat pips out Tom Ward, one of the season runners of old. In fact, Simon Edwards late in there in his last seconds. We've got about 3 minutes remaining in this session, as the qualifying times have completely shaken up here. Antonita's back, he's in 9th place. Streetley up here as well in 8th. This one is going to be a very busy, very, very interesting race.
It really is, and at the moment Lee Hughes is all the way down in 18th. However, they do have 3 laps, and he is on his... no, actually, he's done all his 3 laps. So he's going to have his work cut out for him if he wants to be anywhere near the front in this season opening race.
I think he might need to be as well. The field has definitely gotten itself a little busier as things go forward here, and it does seem to be that we've definitely got an exciting one ahead of ourselves, Linus, as these guys get ready to do battle in a whole different car, really. Yeah,
it's going to be completely different, and going to be interesting to see how they can all handle it. And well, it's 49 cars have set a time in the qualifying so far. I think there is about 53 or 54 people in the session, so it's going to be interesting to see. But around 50 cars entering the race. And the special thing about this track as well, some places you don't have barriers at the edge of the grass and the track, so if you go off in those places, you're just going to go straight out into the forest and your race is going to be pretty much over. So going to have to be extra careful in certain places on the track.
Certainly are, of course, as the guys get themselves ready now to kick this one off here. And we are in definitely a unique circumstance. A lot of big names. Qualifying, I think, appears to be done based on the 3-lap principle I think we're following in this one, as it is, in fact, a 3-lap. We'll go to your qualifying results. Simon Edwards takes pole tonight for the first round of a new season with 1 minute 20.897. Anthony Cat in second place, SJ Dunning in third with Tom Ward in fourth place. Ewan Patterson in fifth there with Lee Anderson in sixth. Daniel Tufts, George Streetley, Fahim Antonidis, and Ben Daniels. Behind them is Clark Williams, Matt Cox, Dave Martin, Tim Adcock, Simon Maltby, Sarah Savage, John Torpey, Chris Morris, Christopher Kelsey, and Claire Hughes down in 20th. Well out of position there, Linus, I'd say, but we take a look at our 1 second bracket, which is one of those Skippys stalwarts. We're looking at 19 cars in a second, which is a huge number.
Yeah, that is a lot, especially when the lap is so far over a minute. 19 cars, that's very many. And Lee Hughes all the way down, like you said, in 20th. I don't think he's going to be able to get all too far up the field quickly. Also, Antonidis is in 9th, like you said. He's definitely going to have his work cut out for him. Lee Anderson also a guy that got better and better as the last season went on, and he's in 6th, so he's definitely in the game for a top 5 position here today. Also, Tom Ward, winner of practice, is starting 4th. Ben Daniels was 2nd in practice, he's back in 10th. So it's pretty shaken up from practice and from what we expected, but that means we're going to get a lot of racing going as well.
Yeah, it really does, and I'm looking forward to seeing exactly what that produces for us, as we look forward to a very, very exciting stage for this one. Cars going to head out to the grid now and get ourselves ready to rock and roll in this one. But Linus, who's your bets on with all these new drivers?
Well, Simon Edwards qualifying on pole is always a good sign for him. Cat is right with him in 2nd though, but I believe if Simon Edwards can get away good at the start, he will control this race and probably take the win, because there aren't that many places for drafting around this place for Cat to keep up. So I believe Edwards is gonna keep this all the way till the end.
There you go, Edwards taking it to the end of Linus's call on this one. It's going to be exciting to see how this one plays. Of course, destructible physics going to play a major part in this one. Although I think some cars may fart and eject bits of their vehicles in this one. We're expecting to see quite a few changes there in terms of, hey, where did my wheel go? But as the race will get ready to rock, it's going to be about trying to keep that car in one piece, and in that regards, not much has changed. It's going to be getting around here in the right time, and we know we've got big passing opportunities, of course, Linus, into turn 1 being a favourite, and we've also got there through the S's section up towards turn 5, the wagon wheels, so expect some dive bombs probably on lap 1. The parts will fly.
Probably will. It's a big risk they will. Usually this series has pretty clean starts though, so we'll have to see. But a lot of new faces and, well, seems to be some technical issues here. Simon Edwards has dropped out of his pole position along with a couple of other drivers, so hopefully he can get back in time. He's got about 40 seconds, but I expect Simon Edwards to not make the grid for this race.
No, you're right. He's had some technical issues, as have a couple of others are trying to get back in again, but I don't think they'll be able to start this one. And this will push up, I believe. We're looking at SJ Dunning and Tom Ward, so 3rd and 4th will be 1st and 2nd in this race, which is unprecedented. 1st and 2nd both dropped out, Anthony Cat and Simon Edwards, so unless the racing's got serious enough that people have decided to go start pulling Ethernet cables, it's... Oh, we got one of them. Cat is here. So Cat is going to be provisional pole for now. Will Edwards make it back in time? He's going to be kicking his internet connection for this. No, this is going to be it. Yeah, Anthony Cat will take pole for the race. Engine's going to rev up now for 18 laps of racing here at Summit Point Raceway. And the race begins. Can confirm there, no Simon Edwards on the start line, so Anthony Cat going to be the man in the hot seat here. He's staying wide. Everyone else running very, very narrow here on the inside. Not sure if there's a line choice has been forced on them there, but heading through turn 1 now as we try to stay away from each other. Of course, little contacts can have bigger consequences these days, as the entire field going through 2 by 2 there. No major issues for them. We get back up towards the front though, and Tom Ward gets up past Dunning.
A very clean start, not a single car off anywhere from what I can see so far. But it's still Anthony Cat in the lead ahead of Tom Ward, and they're all stacking up behind, but single foul. Got one car slightly in the grass, but he comes back on. One car is sideways, I believe that's Clark Williams, but he managed to hold on to it. Massive stack up at the back as well, but still no contact anywhere, so very clean start. Here comes Dunning though. Sorry, that's Tom Ward. He's got a slight run on Anthony Cat. He's not going to make a move though. He's going to look slightly to the inside, but he's not close enough. Coming through the last corner here, Anthony Cat is going to lead the first lap, and well, 5, 10, 15 cars in the line. Oh, and they're actually almost off the track around P10. That's Clark Williams ahead of him actually. Martin and Adcock was that off the track. But they get through, and Adcock is back into P number 12.
He has a lot of interesting things happening colour-wise, is what I'm seeing in this on the track with some of these cars. As I think the new physics system might be having a few moments whilst the cars are only really a couple of days into this new system. It seems like the breaking things off functionality is making things derp a little bit, but we're looking at the guys out here on track right now. SJ Dunning there, third place behind Ward and Cat. Doing what he can in this one. It's just getting very, very close here.
Yeah, they're all boxed up. I believe it's about 7 cars up there in that lead group. All trying to get as far up as they can. Ward has taken over the lead though from Cat. Nothing too dramatic though. They're all single foul for now. Cat is going to try and get it back though, coming down the front straight away, and pretty much single foul all the way through the field at the moment, as they just went behind some trees. See if I can get my eyes on them again. Here we go. Coming through the last corner, Cat is going to have a slightly tighter line as Ward is going to drift a bit wide. Cat is going to get a massive run on him actually, coming down the front straightaway, and he is going to move to the outside as Ward is going to block the inside, and behind him as well, that's Anderson making a move on the outside of Dunning, and we have a lap car on the inside as well. That can come into play. Stays out of the way nicely though, so the top 5 get through. Ward is going to hold it on the inside. Anderson is going to go wide on the outside for 4th, so that's going to promote Pattinson up into 4th. And looks like Ward is actually going to be able to hold on to the lead, but Cat is still up the inside, and now he backs behind. Coming up the little hill, and this is one place where we might see a lot of gravel on the track. Actually, we see that already. That could come into play in a few laps. They don't have any grip coming up that hill with all the dirt being dragged onto the track by the cars going wide.
No, they do not indeed, of course. Things a little bit hairy right now for our drivers, as we are having a couple of little technical issues. We are going to get that resolved for you guys in just a few moments time, but of course, what would it be without a season start, without some things going a little bit sideways? We're keeping our work going though in that regard, as I think this is really showing us that the cars haven't changed hugely in terms of their actual, oh gosh, yep, that was the thing, but as it stands, it's really like, this is definitely working for us, Linus, in terms of what we're seeing from these drivers. As
Well, we do have some technical issues, but I can see what's going on, so I'll try and keep you up to date on it. Tom Ward is still leading. Anthony Cat, though, is making a move to the outside, coming back into turn number 3. He is going to back in behind again, though. Lee Anderson still back in 5th, all over the back of Pattinson, with Tufts in 6th and Streetley in P number 7. They're just trying to hold on to this train for now. Tom Ward doing a great job, though. He just set the fastest lap of the race that last time by. And he was not far off the qualifying pace with that one, about half a second, so that was a really good lap for being in race trim and having to defend the lead, which he did several times through that last lap. Front 2 are getting a little bit of a gap though, down to Dunning and Pattinson in 3rd and 4th. Dunning goes a little bit wider on the curb. He's able to hold it on the tarmac though. Good job by him. And Ward is pulling away slightly. Cat is struggling to keep up, so Tom Ward might be the one to look out for this season if he can keep this pace up throughout.
yeah, I think you're right, Linus, of course. Definitely one thing that we can hope it happens.
On the outside, oh, and he's just going to back out. Ward just backs out for him and lets him have the position. Oh, and behind are almost 3 wide. That was close. Don't think they made any contact though. But Dunning has moved up to 3rd, and well, Anderson almost made up a position. They're still side by side. And he backs out, so it's Dunning, Pattinson, Anderson still 3rd, 4th and 5th.
Yeah, certainly are at the moment, as things definitely get a little bit dramatic on the racetrack. I know we've been having some technical moments ourselves, but it is something that we're working on at the moment, as it's definitely changing things up a little bit here. But this race, of course, evolving as it needs to, Linus. We're in lap 5 now of the race so far, but it does seem as though Tom Ward really looking like he's the one that could have this under control.
Yeah, he's doing a great job now. Cat has actually gotten past him though. I don't know if we caught it on the camera. I certainly missed it because I was looking further down the field. But Ward is all over the back of him, and it looks like Ward is the slightly faster car of the two. You have to see when they come around this time though, if he can draft back past him. If they keep doing that, working together down the straight, they're definitely going to pull away, because they have over a second now down to Dunning in third as they go 3 wide for third place. That's going to be Pattinson up the middle and Anderson up the inside. Actually, that might be Anderson that went up the inside. No, it was Pattinson, and he's going to make up position there. Anderson going into fourth and Dunning dropping all the way down into fifth. He's going to have to defend. He's got the inside for the next corner up here, which is the wagon bend, but Anderson is going to hold it up the outside. He's going to get a slightly better run out of the corner, possibly. And they've got cars behind them as well in Tufts and Streetley, which are all over the back. Anderson clears him though. Dunning now has to defend. Here comes Tufts on the outside, but it looks like no, he's actually going to hold it out there. Dunning is not going to clear him. So Tufts got the inside for the next one, though Dunning is going to pull clear on the outside, so he holds on to fifth, but that definitely shook things up back here, and Pattinson is now all by himself in third, and the leaders, they are just taking off.
Yeah, they really are right now, as taking off more than they might seem, at least for me, from what I'm seeing here. Damaged model, maybe in its infancy still with some of its connections and situations, but right now Anthony Catt, I believe, is leading the way as we are back now with things here for you on RaceSpotTV.
He just
things have definitely been a little. He did, yes. Ward's just taken back that position, I should say, as we're now heading even further into this one. And of course, it's definitely been a tricky position. With I think the grid numbers might be actually a factor here, Linus, but the cars on track right now, there's a huge number. We've got maybe 40 plus cars in this field, and good pass coming in now just behind your leaders. That's the 4th, 5th, 6th back there. We're looking just behind Lee Anderson coming into turn 1, big knot of cars there, but Tom Ward with Cat there pulling a gap now. Ewan Paxton just behind him in 3rd place. Lee Anderson 4th. Lee Anderson, I've got to say, had a strong season last time out, Linus. He had a phenomenal season. Oh wow, across the track there goes Mr. Dunning.
Yeah, he had a very good season last season. Good save though by Dunning, but I believe, yeah, he's still back there. He lost a couple of positions though. He's down to, well, 1 position, to say Tufts got past him. But he's definitely improved all the way from the first race up until the last race. He improved a lot, and qualifying 6th here, currently running 4th. He could definitely be one to look out for come the end of the season if the normal front runners struggle a little bit. But he's very consistent, so if he can just keep out of trouble, he'll definitely be one to look out for, especially coming into top 5 in the championship. I definitely think he can. As we got a move here for, that's P number 6, that's Streetley making a move on Dunning, and he's going to brake. Oh, he's going to be late on the brakes. He's going to go straight into the gravel, and he is off. That's going to cost him. He's going to lose about 2, 3, 4 more positions here as Daniels, Martin, Antonidis and Williams comes flying past here. Antonidis is back in P number 9 for some reason. He's not had the best of races.
Very dodgy rejoin there, I think, because Streetley overcooked it. Yeah, it looks like he just cooked his position. Was in a bad place to try and turn in with cars on the outside there, and just rejoined straight into traffic, I think, or just bout. So, narrow moment.
Yeah, he kept to the side though, so but it made it a little bit dodgy for the people coming. Obviously, don't know if he's just going to pull straight back on or if he's going to hold to the side. But I think he did a pretty good job though, not putting anyone into too much danger. Looking back to the front though, it's oh, we're behind trees again. It's still Cat leading from Ward, and Pattinson is right with them, using the draft of the little 2 straights that we have, and these guys passing each other to keep up. He's slower down through the corners though, by the looks of it there. He just lost almost half a second in the last corner alone, getting sideways. See if Ward can get back past Cat here though. That'll let Pattinson close up quite a bit, but he's going to stay behind. He didn't get the run that he needed, and the gap from Pattinson down to 4th, Lee Anderson, is 1.5 seconds. So it is amongst these 3, I would guess, at this point.
Yeah, it really is as things stand there, and definitely looking like, I think Cat, Ward and Pattinson looking strong, but I think it's between Cat and Ward. Ward a little bit rusty to the season. He's not been here for the last season and a half, I think, Linus, or maybe 2 seasons, Tom Ward, but Anthony Cat's been fighting for the front all last season. In fact, I think he came so close to that championship. I've got to say, he's one I've got my eye on for today, and this season. Yeah,
he's definitely going to want revenge from losing it late in that last season, and a win here would obviously be the best start possible. Obviously, Tom Ward though coming back what better way to do that than to get a win? And Pattinson, not usually running up with the front guys, sees a chance to maybe put his name in amongst the best in this series and have the best possible start and a run for a possible championship. So I don't think he doesn't seem to be quick enough to be able to battle these guys. Just hold on, but one little mistake, and obviously he wants to be right there and take that win away from both of them. So he's doing all he can, and he's doing a pretty good job with it. As here comes Ward again, he's going to move to the inside of Cat. Maybe Pattinson will follow. He's going to clear him well before the turn. Pattinson is going to stay behind, though. He's going to lift out very early. Just show them that he's happy enough to be in third and not get involved. Just follow these guys and have them help him pull away from the guys behind. As Tufts has just gone past Lee Anderson in turn 1 as well and taken over 4th place. And these guys battling is definitely what Pattinson wants to see now, because that means they're going to drop even further behind.
That was actually just before turn 1, Linus. That was actually the run into the braking zone. He passed in the draft there, but Ward back in the front there. Pattinson closing up now to that top 2 car group there now. So we've definitely got a separation, like you mentioned, that is going to help those top 3 fight for the podium positions here. As, of course, on lap number 10 now of 18. These guys definitely showed some real promise in terms of this one, and it seems like they've managed to keep it clean. We expect that in this series, of course. These guys are typically very clean races, but we've seen a few tyres missing from back in the pack so far as we're seeing this in action.
We really are, and no massive incidents yet though that we've been able to catch, unfortunately, but still only just past halfway, so a long way to go. Looking real quick at our pole sitter as well, who had technical issues. Simon Edwards started from the pit lane. He's in 37th, so he is about 14 seconds behind the last car that's in the points. So he's gonna be flat out for the rest of this race, hoping to get into, I believe it's the top 30 that scores points in this series. Maybe it's only the top 20, so in that case
I believe it's the top 20, yeah.
Yeah, so he's not that far out though. He's about 25 seconds out, so he can still make it happen by being 2 seconds a lap quicker, and I think that's definitely doable for him, seeing the lap times he's putting down, but obviously it's going to be a lot of work.
Really is, of course. We'll have to see what he can pull out of the bag for this one, but right now, of course, we're seeing Pattinson staying close to this group now at the front. It's definitely Cat in a strong spot. I think he might have, I don't know, Ward maybe out of practice perhaps. Ward used to be one of those competitors who, like Anthony does, was miles away from the field, but it almost feels like they just quieting down a little bit.
Well, he's obviously want to come back into the series. He want to practice and make an impression straight away, and he was fastest in practice by almost 1/10 of a second. So he's definitely got pace, and he's showing it here as well now. He's doing a great job putting the fight to Anthony Cat, and Pattinson right on the back again. He's going to get a big run here though on Cat for like 10th time in the race. He's going to move to the inside. He's going to probably clear him before the braking zone. Pattinson behind again, backs out as soon as he gets to the back of Cat, so he's not wanting to get involved. Probably waiting up until the last lap, see what he can do then, but he's not getting involved with these two. He's letting them run their race so they can pull away, and actually we have had an incident back behind him because Lee Anderson is not there anymore.
No, Anderson is not there. In fact, it happened, I think, just after the incident, well, passing, I should say, from earlier on, but I think 4th place just switched around and Anderson may have just gone off.
Yeah, see if I can figure out what happened there, but well, getting a replay over here. This is into turn number 1 when he's getting past for 4th, so I believe it's about, well, it's
literally when we just saw that, then it must have happened just off camera, but as you see there,
I'm getting reports that he actually blew his engine, downshifting too quick out of the chute. He just blew his engine, so gonna see that on the replay here in about 10 seconds, I believe. Coming up this little hill and then out of the right-hander down the hill, you're gonna see a puff of smoke coming out of that car, and his engine is gonna say goodnight.
One of those things we tend to see a lot in skipping. It happens a lot here, actually, Linus. That's definitely something that
it's
is
there
one of
you
those
go.
characteristics.
It's a lot of shifting around this place, and that's probably playing a big part in glowing engines and stuff, but we haven't seen it too much lately on other tracks like we used to, so it's a rare thing to see these days. But obviously downshifting too quick in these cars, it'll go pop straight away. And that's put Daniel Tufts in 4th place all by himself as well. But back at the front, it's still Cat leading from Ward and Pattinson. Doing a better job now keeping up. He's right on the back of Ward all the way around the track, so maybe he'll get involved in like the last 2 or 3 laps.
Yeah, I think he most likely will, and that's one thing I want to keep an eye on. But Pattinson, I think he's the dark horse in this trio. Maybe he's going to be the one that has the impact.
Yeah, maybe he is. I mean, he's not used to being at the very front like Cat is, but at the same time he's used to racing people way back in the pack. So if he gets in a weird situation, he'll have more experience of that than the other two, thanks to being a mid-pack, well, front of the mid-pack race, I should say. Getting the draft again though. Ward, is he going to be close enough to Cat? He's going to move. No, he's actually going to stay behind this time. He wasn't close enough to make the pass, and I don't think working together to pull away is a factor anymore, because they are over 3 seconds ahead of Tufts in 4th, so they can start battling now without running the risk of getting caught up by 4th place. But taking it easy, not taking any risks, as we are on 5 laps to go, I believe.
Yeah, I think we are now. We're heading up to just about 4 or 5 laps left to run in this one. As some guys dropped back quite a bit. Tim Adcock, one of them, qualified quite well. 21st down, out in 45th now. As we've definitely had some people switching around in this one. But it's a race that's really kind of been a feeler for a lot of these guys, trying to find where they fit in the new car, how the car's changed for them. Of course, it's more than just the physics that have changed in terms of the actual damage model. Every season this car goes through some decent changes, which make it very difficult for the guys to kind of keep up with, and we tend to see a lot of people switching positions, guys from mid-pack come forward as things change. Yeah,
we do, as we see top 3 here passing Adcock in the, well, Tim Adcock getting lapped by Ward, Cat and Pattinson. Cat's made pretty good work of this, all this changing though. He seems to be a quick adapter, as he's always near the front, and Tom Ward maybe wasn't happy with the car last season after the recent changes, and now he's gotten used to it, and that may be why he came back. And so we see him now on the outside of Cat, going to try and get the lead. Cat is going to be late on the brake, so he's going to try and hold that lead on the inside, and he is going to make it. He's going to clear him right on the exit, and Pattinson is right there as well. And as you were speaking of people moving around in the pack, we have Anthony P.M. Jones. He started second to last in 51st place. He's moved all the way up to 15, so some pretty big movers back in the pack as well. He's actually up to 13th now, so he's almost past 40 cars in this one. That's pretty big.
Yeah, it really has, and of course making it quite the intense one for you, of course, as you get to this one. But a lot of moves happening. This track's definitely one to pass on. I think we've seen quite a lot. We tend to get a lot of people making decent position changes.
There's a lot of places you can make some pretty decent moves on this track. Even though you don't have many hard braking points, you can always like put your car up the inside and kind of swing around on the outside and then get the inside for the next corner. It's a very good flow in this track in that matter. As we see Pattinson again, he's up there. He's trying to make a move on Ward, but he's not quite close enough. Maybe he doesn't want to make a move. It's kind of hard to tell. Hopefully he can come in here for some interviews afterwards. This Cat goes defensive at the beginning of the straightaway. Here comes Ward up the outside. Pattinson right behind him. And the draft just disappears for Ward as soon as he gets next to Cat. And Cat has still got the overlap, so he's going to be late on the brakes again. Just like last time, Pattinson is looking to get the undercut, but Cat is there closing the door. Side by side this time out of the corner. Ward had the slightly better exit speed, so he's going to have the inside coming into the chute. Up the wagon bend, up the hill, up towards the chute. Oh, and he's almost going to force him off the track, but he's going to be able to hold it. 2 wheels in the gravel for Cat, but he's able to hold it straight. Still side by side down through the chute into the braking point where Anderson blew his engine earlier. And that's going to be Ward getting clear of Cat to take over the lead once again.
Yeah, it really is there. Ward definitely in a position to hold this one out. And I think he's a very, I'm trying to find the right word for this one. Tom Ward is a very seasoned racer, and he is ruthless when it comes to defending his position on track. He will do what needs to be done, and he will do what needs to be done to win the race. You've got to have a ruthless streak to win races, especially in something so competitive as this season, this series, and others like it. Tom Ward's going to be a hard man to beat when it comes down to that final lap.
Yeah, it really is. Coming now to 2 laps to go. He's going defensive, and he knows this. He's been in this position before. Cat as well, and he moves to. Sorry, I just had a moment as well there. Moves to the outside, and he's going to clear him well before the turn. Here comes Pattinson as well, looking to get around Ward, but he's going to be able to hold. He's going to make the undercut. He's got much better speed as well here coming down the straight, but he's inside in the next corner for Ward. So he's just going to back out there, Pattinson, and Ward is going to hold on to second. And I just need to send a quick apology to Anthony PM Jones there, who I said had gained 38 positions. 20 seconds later, he dropped out of the race, so commentator curse striking once again.
Yeah, unfortunately, one of those things, it does sometimes happen, and we wished it hadn't, but that's how these things sometimes turn out, as we can unfortunately curse drivers.
Daniel Tuff's behind these guys though. He's closed in the last 2 laps. He's closed in over 1.5 seconds. Unfortunately for him, it's only 1 lap to go, so he's not going to catch them, but Kaz pulled a little bit of a gap here on Ward. He's actually obviously closing back in now, coming on that straightaway into the last corner. Cat gets a good exit though. He's going to get the draft from the last car in front of him. That is the car of Gary Bolchin. He's going to hold it to the outside though. Cat moves to the inside. Here comes Ward looking even further to the inside. He's going to get the overlap, and he's going to be slightly earlier on the brake. Cat is going to hold it on the outside. Is he going to be able to get around? He is. Almost contact. Cat around the outside gets the better drive as well, and he's going to have the inside for the next corner. So it's going to be Cat holding on to this. I believe he's going to clear Ward before the turn. Pattinson is right there as well, coming up to the chute for the last time. Who's it going to be? Ward is going to look to the outside. He's going to have the inside for the next long left-hander though. Through the chute, he's going to pull around. Oh, he almost goes in the grass. He's going to be late on the brakes. He gets slightly sideways on the rear brace, holds it, and he takes the lead. What a move, and here is Pattinson on the outside of Cat, but Cat is going to clear him with the long inside turner. He's got one more chance now for Cat. Down a little straightaway, he's going to have to nail the exit of the S's coming down into paddock. Ben Ward be really late on the brakes, and wow, Pattinson right on the back of Cat. Ward goes defensive. Here comes Cat. He moves to the outside. Pattinson to the inside of Cat, but he's not going to be able to do it. He's going to get the better exit. Ward is going to clip the gravel, but he's going to hold on to it, is he? Finish line is right about there, and he gets it. Tom Ward from Anthony Cat from Ewan Patterson. What a finish that was. And welcome back, Tom Ward. Wow.
Absolutely crazy finish there from those guys, as they show us exactly how to do this sort of thing, but it was narrow, and that finishing line is so early on that straight lanes.
Yeah, it really is. The pit is straight away, and then right after the finish line is, so that was I was hoping it would be further down, but I don't usually race on this track, so it came a bit quicker than I expected, but that was really close. And Cat did what he could. He couldn't get the drive off the corner though, unfortunately, and for him. But Tom Ward, the perfect return to the Monday night Skippys. Couldn't ask for anything better than that, so he's definitely come back with a bang, showing everybody what he wants to do. As we have almost a 4-wide moment here for P27, 28, 29, 30, but nothing major gonna happen there, as they all just went across the line, and Simon Edwards came back home in 28, so unfortunately no points for him.
Yeah, no points for him there, unfortunately, either, but as things go, that was definitely a spicier ending. We expected quite some timeliness. Yeah,
that was probably the best ending we could have asked for in a season opener, especially seeing Simon Edwards missing out on the start. So let's go to your post-race results. Tom Ward comes home with the win in the first race of the season, just ahead of Anthony Cat and Ewan Patterson. Daniel Tuffs holds on to third, and in the end only 1/10 ahead of Dunning, so he closed up quick at the end. Daniels in 6th, Streetley in 7th, Clark Williams in 8th, Dave Martin in 9th, and Peter Cowan gains from 31st all the way up to 10th. Got Chris J. Robertson, Dave Kirkman, Christopher Kelsey, Neil A. Jackson, and Fahim Antonidis actually makes it all the way up to 15th. Jim A. Bolland, Michael J. Taylor, Tony Stack, Neil Stevenson, and Ian Malone rounds up your top 20. We've got Nicholas von Robertson 21st, Mod Kitchko, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, in 22nd, Doug Kinrade 23rd, Alan Pattinson 24th, Mick Carr, Matt Cox, Cesar Risso, Simon Edwards in 28th, Peter Carnell 29th, Ravis something in 30th. Sorry, I'm not good at pronouncing some of these names. The rest of the results are up on your screen. Rachel, what do you expect from the rest of this season, seeing how this season opener went?
Always some of the big names like Tom Ward making a return to the series. It's going to be a very exciting new season heading in front of us. So keep your eyes tuned, eyes. Keep yourself tuned to RaceSpotTV to see the rest of how this one feels out this season, because I got a feeling we're in for something really special with the big names coming back.
With, well, seeing Pattinson being that quick, Ward coming back, Tufts and Dunning being that close to the lead, Daniels with his practice speed, and, well, having Fahim, Leah Hughes, and Simon Edwards, and Anthony Catt as well. That's makes for almost 10 cars that are capable of winning every single race. So, to me, this is going to be one of the best seasons we've had in a long time.
Yeah, it certainly is going to be a very exciting season for us. I'm looking forward to seeing exactly how this one plays forwards, Linus. But honestly, we've had an exciting one tonight, and I'm excited to see who we get a chance to chat to, because I'd love to see what it was like for these guys, especially with how things are changing.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see. They're usually not that quick to come in anymore. See if anyone shows up. Here we go. We got one.
We have got a chance to touch Dave Kirkman. So, Dave, how's the car behaving this season? Tell us. You're the first person to come and chat to us. Fill us in on the changes.
Well, first of all, there's more grip than there was in the last season. And then the cars are really very delicate on the front, so you've got to be really careful not to hit anyone on the front. Otherwise, you just break your wheels and they fall off. Other than that, though, I mean, it's mega. It feels that there's so much more grip than there was before, so you're flat out through some of the corners that you just couldn't take flat before. But yeah, that was an intense battle. I don't know whether you saw it, but Neil and Peter, it was intense all the way through that race.
Yeah, we got some of the parts of that one. Appeared to be a few moments with, should we say, since the new damage changes to force some moments for us. But so you'd say the tail happiness is gone now that plagued last season?
Yeah, I would say that the rear seems to be a lot more planted than it was in the first season. Sorry, in the last season. For me, the first couple of laps, you've really got to take it easy, as has been the case the last couple of seasons. But other than that, then you're kind of into just managing the tyres, getting them up to temperature, and also the wear model that they've got on there. And then you can take it a lot of the corners flat, which is a nice feeling. This track in particular is really flowing, particularly around the last section. And you really kind of you feel the grip there. It feels more like a downforce car to me than it did the old Skippy, which was much more kind of light on the rear.
Well, there you go. Thank you very much for the insight, Dave. And I think you might be the only person coming to chat to us tonight. So, anybody like to say anything to?
Not really. I'd just like to say, if anyone's watching this that doesn't race the Skippy or doesn't compete in the UK&I Monday Night Skippies, then I'd say come along and give it a go, because it is good fun. It's something that I've learnt the car over the last couple of years or so, and you just keep on practicing and you'll keep getting better, and it's definitely worth persevering with if you want to kind of get those good results. And this is the best racing out there, I'd say. That for me was the best race that I've had for a long time. Really close and respectful racing, which sometimes the official races can be a little bit too aggressive, so it's good fun.
Well, there you go. Every reason to join UK&I Monday Night Skippies. And well, it's been a good one, and we will of course catch you guys all same time next week as we head to round number 2 for the series, and we see exactly how this one is going to unfold for us. So thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.